Hey guys, can you guys hear me? And also, is the music too loud? Because in the previous stream, I got a comment saying the music was too loud, and when I went back to watch it, it actually was. So it's like everything is sounding okay now. I want to try and like watch the stream on my phone to see how it sounds, but I feel like that is going to cause a lot of echoes. I don't know. Let me just hop on it real quick to make sure it's okay. I already did some stuff off camera though. I'll show you guys real soon. And I fixed that bug. You wouldn't even believe what was causing it. I changed the um the player prefs. I changed them by hand, and then I put in the wrong index, so that was causing those errors in the menu. But it's fixed now. Okay, I can't watch my own live stream. That sucks. So I can't tell if the audio is good. So I need you guys to tell me. Does everything sound okay? Alright guys, let me show you guys what I've been doing off cam. So I don't want this gamepad to disconnect. So you guys remember the ability wheel. So basically there's going to be 5 superpowers. Or say like the gamepad is disconnecting. Bruh. And it's causing the game to lag. Anyways, there are going to be 5 superpowers. And the one I've been working on is the Raven form, which is basically just your session marker. So you can use that to go to places or scout for stealth missions, or just like fast travel if you don't want to parkour. So use the abilities, you press R1. That's like this button. So now I'm a bird. Oh yeah, I did the particles. That's what I wanted to show you guys. But now I still have to add the material transitions and like the eyes glowing and stuff. So that's what we'll be doing for the rest of the stream. So you can still hold it to do the slow transition. And you can go in and out. I like this flying animation, so fluid. Okay, let's get back to work. So that's what I've been doing. I messed it up. Okay. Damn. Okay, let's get back to work, boys. So now we want to basically give the player the ability to transition their material during those whole particle system process. So this is what I'm thinking. We know there is like the player's skin is combined to one skinned mesh renderer. So if we play the game and we wait for the whole, yeah, here we go. Wait for the customization system to generate. You can see all the whole player's materials. Like all of these make up the player's skin. So we're going to have to modify all of them to like fade out the player's model and fade in the bird. It's going to happen fast, but it's going to make the transition a lot smoother. So there's 8 materials. But honestly, we don't even need to like reference any of the material. We can just reference the skin mesh renderer itself and then swap the materials. But we need to hold the reference of the old materials for swapping back. So that's what we're going to just be doing. But first, we need some kind of test to make sure everything is working. So let's just create, oopsie, okay, we'll create a material just for testing. Let's call it I'm out of names. Let's just call it dissolve. Oops, caps lock is on. Okay, then we're going to have a function here. Transition. Let's call it fade materials, crossfade materials. That makes sense. Crossfade model is actually much better. So all we need is the dissolve material. We also need the players skin mesh player. Skinned mesh render. There we go. And we need the one for the bird. Let's call it raven. Okay, for testing purposes, we are going to just assign their materials to this dissolve material to save they are switching properly. Like we just switch them instantly. Let's use the shared materials. And we're going to have to cache it so we can set it back. We also need one for the player and one for the bird. Let me check on the chats. Yeah, iOS is not available for testing yet, but it's coming later this year. I can't type chat on TikTok. Let me check YouTube. There we go. Chat disconnected. What the hell? Am I even live? Guys, is the live working? Hello? There we go. But I still can't chat on TikTok for some reason. Okay. I still can't chat on TikTok. TikTok is weird. Okay, there's a button to refresh the chat. Would that help? Nope, it did not help. Let me just refresh the whole web page. But anyways, we need to cache the player's materials so we don't lose how the player actually looks like. So now we have saved the player's materials and we can now, oh oops, I didn't even save it. Share materials. There we go. So now we've saved the player's materials and we can now set it to whatever we want, which is just going to be, first let's get the size. Player This really knows what I'm trying to do. Okay, I can't even do that. So we're just setting oopsie. Okay, so we're just setting our cache, so we have to like store what the player's material is before we do any changes, so we don't lose that forever. So we store that from the player's materials, and then we get how big the player's materials is, so we can just duplicate that in a new copy, and we set everything in that new copy to whatever we want, which is going to be the dissolved material, and then we set that to the player's material. I also have to do the same thing for the Raven, so we can also blend the Raven's model. So let's do that. Raven. You can just basically copy everything here. And then we start changing. Okay, we also need a cache for. Okay, we already have a cache, that is what we just made. Schizophrenia. Okay. Do we have the Raven skin mesh? Yep. I keep forgetting. So yeah, we store the Ravens. You know what? We can just reuse this int up here. Like we don't really need to create a new one. We'll have to rename this to I don't think they even let me rename it because of this error. To original max length, then similar thing here. But I don't think we can reuse this because we are setting that to here, and then we're going to also copy that away. But we might be able to. No, I don't think we should because we want the Raven to fade in and the player to fade out. Then the player fades in and the Raven fades out, so we can't really share them. So we might even need to dissolve materials. But anyway, let's start somewhere first. So where did I stop? The Raven, I think my stream is fucking tweaking because my TikTok chats, I can't access it anymore. I wonder. It appears to still be live though, but I'm not even like entirely sure. And I'm trying to refresh the page and it's just not working. Even the music stopped. Am I live? Let me check with my phone real quick. I can't tell if I'm live, guys, and I don't even know how to feel about this. Oh my god, it's my phone. It has always been my phone. My phone is making me tweak because I'm supposed to be connected to Wi-Fi, right? And then when I plug my phone in my laptop, it does like the whole USB hotspot thing, so it's taking internet from my phone. Dumbass computer. Let me see if it's going to work now. Let me try refreshing those pages. Yep, it's working now. Oh my god. Have I been live? Let me try refreshing the chat. Okay. Hey, who gave me a diamond? Hey, thanks, bro. Let me make sure everything is still working. Oh, this shit might be too loud. Okay, guys, is everything working? Yeah, it's true. Linux build. Yeah, Linux build will come when I do the Steam release. Definitely. Sorry, the Steam playtest 5, because playtest 5 is not going on HIO anymore. It will be on Steam, so you can just request access and then you get some. So then I'll do the Linux build then. Let's see. I named this weirdly. Okay, so as I was saying, we shouldn't reuse this. We might be able to though. I just give it a prefix. And this one I'll wait for the player. Okay, so we have switched both their materials allegedly, but I haven't called this function yet, so let's call it. Guys, is the audio too loud? Like, sorry, the music. Does everything sound good? All right, that's good to hear. Yeah, I can do Q. Like I just figured out how to do like polls and QAs and like all those fancy stuff. I don't know how to do it on TikTok. I don't think you can do it on TikTok. Yo, this guy is here. Yo, Green Go Games. Oh, Leslie is here too. Holy shit. The whole gang is coming together. Okay, as I was saying, I want to see if this material thing is working. But I have to call this function first. So let's just call it the same place we called this. Okay, I think Rider's giving up on references. Autocomplete is not working anymore. I have to use my brain now. Okay, I have to restart Rider. I'm closing it. But it should allegedly be working. I have to assign the fading material, which I don't have yet. Happy birthday, bro. Yeah, Gringo Games is on TikTok. I don't think, like, he's on the live on TikTok. Why is my chat appearing twice? Is it because of this streamables desktop thing? Like, I don't know how to use this app. I think if I send one message, it's going to also go to YouTube, and the messages I send on YouTube will also go to TikTok or something. Weird. Yeah, let me assign the material real quick, then I'll play it. Okay, how many components do I have on my player? Okay, so now we need to give all these references. This is the player's body. Where is the raven? This is the raven's body. We need a material. Let's just create something. I probably have a material I can already use, but I don't know. Holy hell, there's a lot of materials. I think there's one called I usually prefix all my materials with m underscore, so I can just find the materials I actually made instead of everything in the whole project. I didn't make this. I don't know why this is here. Oh, this guy also he prefixes his own stuff with m, so he's copying me. I don't know which material. Let's just use this purple one. So if everything turns purple, then we're in business. I keep forgetting to switch this. Okay. I have to use the gamepad to play this so you guys can see what I'm actually pressing. Okay, I've forgotten how to. Okay. Oh, did you guys see that? It turned purple for a split second. Oh, yeah, it works, it works. So I can switch my materials, but I can't switch it back. What does this even look like? I don't, no purple guys coming to my mind. I would have said Thanos, but like, it's not buff. And this thing keeps lagging because of this gamepad. I'll just use keyboard for a little bit. Or I can actually just connect my gamepad with Bluetooth. Okay, I'm unplugging this. Give me a sec. If I connect this with Bluetooth, it will stop disconnecting, and so it will stop lagging randomly. Because I was actually using a USB. Just give me 1 sec. I've not connected this before. Oh no. I'm struggling so hard just to press the share button and the power button at the same time. Okay, it should work now. There we go. Okay, we're back. So as I was saying, we can switch the materials. So we need to make sure we're actually saving the previous materials. So let's try and switch back. And also the bird is not switching. Like the bird is still his normal. So we're doing something wrong somewhere. Let's open Rider again. And while Rider is setting up, let me check with the chat. Yeah, maps is like, that's what I really have to be working on now, but I have to finish up the mechanics so I can actually make the map based on the mechanics. That's what I'm saying. As soon as I send a chat on TikTok, it sends twice for some reason. I don't understand that. Let me check on the YouTube side. Okay, so Clutcher says you have to share about how you go. Oh yeah, you gotta share how you go about so many character animations smoothly. We need a tutorial or something. I can show you a quick tutorial right now actually, because it's not even that hard. Let me show you guys. So this is my bird animation. These are just 3 states. It doesn't really do much, and then it's just a bunch of blend trees. This one is just a single animation, and then more blend trees. But like my player animator there's over 300 freaking animations in this thing, and then to handle the whole complexity, we really just have to just stop relying on the whole these transitions. You have to stop relying on them. Like you have to do most of your transitions with your code, because it actually becomes more maintainable that way. And usually in Unity, you see people with like hundreds of parameters and triggers and just animator parameters. They are just a lot, and they use it for everything. I have just about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's about 9 here, and I reuse them a lot. Like for example, this movement is like the player speed, so I use that for like blending. This is like the default Unity guy. So let me play this. So if I increase this is like his run speed, walk speed, like just his speed basically. This is what I use to blend his movement. And then there's also this one I use to go between the fighting states and idle, or idle left, idle right, or fighting. That's what I use this one for. And then this one changes its direction. That is just these three floats. But if you notice, I also reuse that in something like the sliding. I also use the movement to determine how fast he's sliding, the direction to change the Y movement to change something. I can't even remember what I was doing with it, but like I just reuse a lot of the parameters a lot. But yeah, the blend 2 changes the direction, like the slide direction. I think this one is the slide time. Yeah, I can't even remember anymore. Oh, yeah, blend 2 is the slide time, sorry. Blend 1 is the slide direction. I'm getting confused. I'm just going to leave this. But my point is, I reuse a lot of the parameters, so I don't rely on this to transition. But I still use that because like you can't escape it. For example, where is the tricks? I know I use them a lot in the tricks, yeah. So for all the tricks now, they automatically transition to the falling states or like the air states. And then in your code, you just call animator or crossfade. This is basically the same thing as this, but then with this one, you just have more control. So that is how you're going to be managing your animations. Turn up the volume of the game, or like the microphone, like the voiceover. Let me just turn on both. Okay, this should be louder. Okay guys, the audio is still good. Okay. So where did I stop? I forgot what I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be fixing the where is the thing? Yeah, the bird's material. Oh yeah, look over here guys. We forgot to actually set the bird. Okay, now the bird should be pink as well. iOS is on the way, I guess. I don't know. iOS is coming, just like you just have to be patient with it. Like I can't even make an iOS build because like there is still no game yet. I have to make a big ass map and like finish the rest of the mechanics. And I have to do the mechanics before I do the map, so that's what I'm doing now, the mechanics. Oh yeah, good. So now we can switch both their materials. Isn't it still lagging? I think it's from my stream. I can't even tell anymore. Okay, we can switch both their materials. And the real question is, can we switch it back to the original material? Let's find out. Okay. Let's hop back to Unity. Let's make another function. But ideally, we would want to switch it back in this same function. Let's just see if we can switch it back. We'll call this one crossfade model back. I don't know. I'm going to get rid of this when I'm done with when I'm done like implementing the thing. I just want to make sure I can switch back to the cache. So it's just as easy as setting the shared materials back to what we stored. And then, actually we don't even have to be getting this thing every time we call this. We can just do it once and then we store that. or we just leave it, and then once we do it we store that, and then we check if it's null, and then we get it only when it's null. But that'll be like an optimization phase when I'm done implementing all this. So we also have to set the ravens and the players model to their cache, and we have to figure out when to call this, which will be when we leave this state. Where do I call it? Let's call it here. I keep forgetting what I name these things. We also have to call it here. Okay, if everything worked correctly, then we should be able to turn pink and then turn back to normal. So let's see. Yeah, there's no dates yet. I'm talking to Eddie now. Like, there's no planned dates because I can't really put a time frame on when I'll finish this, because I could plan to release it like next week, and then some crazy ass bug that would take a month to fix will just pop up, and then I'll leave all of you disappointed. So I can't make any promises yet. Okay, now let's see. Let's do this slow transformation. Yup, pink. Okay, it works. The bird turns pink and back to normal. Oh. Okay, so now we just need the actual material that will do the fading, like the dissolving of the meshes. And then what else do we need? We also need a way to set the material properties, because if you noticed, the player has textures on his like clothes and his hair and his skin color and everything. So all the materials we're going to use is going to need to have those properties as well. So once we transition, you guys won't even notice. Like all you see is just the model just like burning away and switching to the bird. You can put that in one material, but like it's going to make it more expensive to render, and you're only going to be transitioning like once in a while, so it'll be kind of wasteful to just put everything in one material. And I'm getting carried away again. Oh boy. This is how the world looks from underground. This bird is so sexy. Oh, that's supposed to be doing again. Yeah, I think, is it time for the fading material, or what is like the agenda? That is another thing I even have to fix. Like these slow transitions can cause the player to just freeze, because like we change his states completely. Okay, let's add something. I don't know what to add. Should we start with the material, or like not now, but in early access or demo where you run away from something with a new movement like strides, swings, and flips. Yeah, there'll be a lot of game modes with all the mechanics, trust me. But that is like, um, uh, but if it's it got so much money in Project Jazzgame, it have 89,000. Yeah, all that. I hate to break it to you, but like all the currency in the game is going to be gone once you update the game to like the next playtest, probably. No, it might not be gone actually, but like if you get the demo, all your currency from the playtest will just go poof, like it's gone. You have to start over. And once you get the early access game, all your progress from the demo will be gone too. But like from the early access to the full game, it will probably carry over because like the game will be very close to completion by then. It will just be to add stuff. But like now the game is in this very volatile state. Like I'm pretty sure the progress won't be carrying over. Okay, let's figure out how to I wish I had like a little checklist of things to do so I don't get like carried away because now my brain is just fried. Yo, I'm back, bro. Thanks. Let me make a poll. Hold up. Is there a way to like make the poll show up on the stream? I don't know. Okay, we can either make the dissolve material or we fix the slow transition issue. Or there's one more thing we can do. Hold up. Let me play the game again. I'll figure it out once I play the game. Yeah, okay guys, you see how everything is pink. To fix that, we have to make the models, so we have to make the dissolving material to fix that issue. And then the next issue is this. Notice how I'm falling, yeah, and then I slow transition and then the player just like freezes for some time and then the like this, and the bed is just moving. So we can either fix that or we just ignore that for now and then go to the material. Yeah, one of those two basically. So what is our next task, guys? You guys decide. The poll is up on YouTube, so don't know. You guys decide what we're doing. For mobile, how do you do the backhand spring? I wish I can actually show you guys though, but like I would have to turn on like I'll have to switch the project to Android. Then I would also need a device to play on. Let me see if that's possible. Let me just try. File build profiles. Let me switch to Android and let me get my testing device. So Jeremiah is asking, how old am I? I am I'm 21, but I'll be turning 22 in a couple of days, in like a couple of weeks, sorry. Oh boy. This is also going to take a while. Okay, the poll will be closing pretty soon. Probably not. February. I'm thinking the playtest might be released by that February ending time, but not the demo though. Like the demo is, I'm guessing August. Like that is my approximation, but I might still be wrong on that. It might be sooner or later. And I can't spell today. What is going on? We need this, that tomorrow or now. Why are that? Let me. Okay. I'm going to show you guys like all the new tricks on mobile real quick. So just stay with me now. Am I in? And we just still have to wait for like Unity to do its thing. I also have to disable the gamepad for now, so like you guys see the actual touchscreen. I wonder how the mobile player, like the people watching on TikTok, because it's really crops in TikTok, so they won't see like the full game. Yeah, I did all my videos. Thanks, man. Okay, it's finally switched, but we still have to wait for scripts to compile. Yep, here we go. Like Unity is just really slow. Like everything will take a really long time. Okay, let's close the poll now. Wait, who even won the poll? Okay, we said we should make the dissolve material. Alright, then we make the dissolve shader. Well, let me show you guys the mobile controls. I think I might have to even restart Unity because sometimes once you switch platforms, it breaks some stuff and Unity will keep telling you to restart. But everything seems to be working though. Let me set up testing device. Okay, hopefully this would work. Oops, wrong resolution. Okay, so now I'm playing on my mobile device. But let me make the TikTok view better so you guys can see everything. Oh, you guys can already see everything. What am I saying? Okay, as I was saying. Now I'm playing from my phone. So this is how you do the new tricks on mobile. So basically it's just the same thing with the gamepad, but you just have to know what mobile buttons are mapped to gamepad. Like this one for example, this is L1, so once this is activated you tap the interact button, which is this, while you are moving to do the cartwheels. So it goes like this. Oh yeah, that is the other thing. Focus will make you do the illusion twist. So once focus is activated and you tap this, it does the illusion twist. And it's a bit tricky. This is something I'm still trying to figure out. You know, focus is mapped to dragging the joystick out like this, and then sprinting is just moving it normally. Similar to how in Mini Militia you stay in the center to aim and you drag it out to shoot. That is kind of what I was going for. So you can drag it out to focus, and once you're focusing, you can tap this to do the illusion twist. And if you are not focusing, like you're just sprinting, you tap this to do the cartwheels. So yeah, it's a bit weird to control this game with this test device. So yeah, you just keep tapping it to do back handspring. Then you can press dodge to do the cork. You can press attack to do this. You can hold attack to do this. And then what else? You can hold this button to do this. So it's just like that. So that's how you do the new tricks. And then as for the dive rolls, it's basically just the same dodge, but make sure trick mode is active, which it is right now. So you just dodge. There you go. And then you just use focus mode to determine if you do the 360 dodge. Normal dodge, drag it out more, 360 dodge. And the dive. Sensitivity is going crazy, bro. I don't even play mobile games that much. There we go. Then what else is new again? Oh yeah, let's show you guys the slide tricks. Then, hold up, let me check this thing real quick. Okay, yeah, as for the slide tricks, first you have to slide, obviously. So let's climb here. Let's also set our session points here. So you start sliding like you normally do. And once trick mode is activated, which it is right now, you can just tap, you don't need to hold. So you can tap the interact button to go to distance. So you just go to distance and you can stay like that, or you can press the dodge button to go to the ball mode and you roll. Let's go back. So let me show you guys that again. So you can slide, interact, but trick mode is active, dodge, ball mode, triangle, stand mode. I say triangle, interact. I keep calling it the gamepad equivalents because I'm used to the gamepad. There'll probably be a better tutorial once the game is like fully, like, I think the demo, like once I make the demo, there'll be a really integrated tutorial. And let me show you guys the new tricks. First let's go all the way up there. So for now I haven't added the abilities, like there's no controls for like the new abilities, like turning into the bird. So I'll have to use keyboard just to switch. But like I think I can control the bird pretty freely with the touch because it's just the same move. You can jump to go higher, you can dodge to go lower, and then that's pretty much it. You can do this bird dance. Okay, I'll show you guys the trick. So let's get to a high place. Okay, here is pretty good. There we go. So I can't turn back either because I'm on mobile. I've not added the new buttons, so I'll just press Q. Okay, let's set our session here with this button up here. Okay. So as for the new tricks, you know previously you just use the trick mode and then you jump. Oh, I missed it. You jump and then you just like either press the punch button or you press the dodge button so to do the dive, and then what other tricks right there? Oh, that's a new trick, my bad. Yeah, I do all these tricks. It's exactly the same way you do the old tricks, but the only difference is once you enable focus mode, which is this button up here, I'm tapping this button. Once you enable that, it does the new tricks. So those are the new flips, which is done with the punch button. The new triangle, I said interact button tricks. The new dives. Yeah, I like those dive ones. They are new jump. Like those are the tricks you perform with the jump button. I'll just call them jump tricks based on the button you use to perform them. And then, damn, I don't know why I'm messing it up. You basically need enough height. If you don't have enough height, you're going to mess up the trick. There we go. Which are that? Yeah, there's these ones. What else? try to get greedy and do 3 flips. Let me see if I can parkour on mobile. Okay. My sensitivity is a bit too high. And it's weird to control. I can't even explain it. Like it just randomly ignores an input sometimes. There are also new vaults if you haven't noticed already. You guys already know that one by now. Yeah, this one. So those are the new vaults, bro. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys the new physics-based grappling. It's exactly like the old grappling, but this time you just hold. Yeah, trick mode has to be off for this, and I think focus mode has to be off as well. Yeah, it doesn't really matter about trick mode, just focus mode. So you just hold the grapple button, like that is the interact button, and then you can pick up stuff that have physics on them. You can move around, you can sprint, you can walk, you can move slower, and you throw it with the punch button. So you guys need to knock out Bob. So it's just pick up, aim with your looking direction. Let's try and knock out Bob from here, then you press the punch button. There we go. Bob is like our test, he's our test dummy. We just keep using him to test any new feature in the game. There we go. But this is so hard to aim on mobile. Oh, that was way off. And then for grabbing people, it's just exactly the same thing, but you just go next to a person and you grab. And then you can move on. But if you stay still, they're going to break free and get up. So you have to be facing them also, then you grab. Then you can take them anywhere you want. You can swing them around with your movements. Let's drop him forever. So there he goes. Yeah, to let go you have to you tap the grab button. Oh, I messed it up. You shall do it again. Bruh. Bob, just walk with me here and fall. There we go. Bye bye, Bob. Okay, so those are the new mobile mechanics. I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm not sure. Let me show you guys the vertical wall run. So it's basically wall run. You jump. Look at the analog stick. Watch the analog stick. It's basically the same wall jump. You just jump opposite to the wall, then you do the vertical wall run. The vertical wall jump, sorry. So it's basically just a wall jump. Point your joystick before you jump, and then similar. The new what do I call this thing again? Wall scramble. There we go. So this one you don't use your focus and run. You use the jump button, because when you let go of the jump button is when you jump. So you hold the jump and you let go. If you just let go without pointing your direction, it goes opposite to the wall. But I can give a direction and let him jump there. Now let's try and use it and climb this tall ass building. So it's just the same thing. You run, hold the jump button while running towards the wall, and you let go of the jump button to jump off the wall. I'm not giving any input, so it just goes exactly opposite to the wall. Ta-da! And then, oops, I messed up. Okay, but we can climb this one. Now let's do that again. Oh, I pressed the wrong button, hold up. There we go. You can also use that to climb higher walls. So, oh, and I did a trick. That is another thing I have to even like fix. If trick mode is active and you try to jump to grab something, you're going to do a trick. So you have to be mindful of this trick mode button. Oh my lord. Okay, let's do that one more time. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to go and lock in and do what I'm supposed to do. Okay, finally. Wait, we're not done here. I just set the session in case we fall. Oh, yeah, we fell. Okay, so yeah, that is all the new mechanics that I can remember. I feel like I'm forgetting something though. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else is new with Jazzgame? I think that is pretty much everything. Yeah, and it's stopping animation. This one is just once you stop running, he does that. He can still turn in place by just flicking the movement stick in a direction. I like this turn in place animation. I don't know why. What else is new? What else is new? What else is new? Can still walk by just like moving the inputs slightly. Am I forgetting anything, guys? Remind me of something. Where is Bob? Is the goal? Bob is dead. He has been falling for like how many minutes? He's probably gone. Like, let's check on Bob. He will be so discombobulated right now because in a video game, like the world is technically not infinite. So once you get to a certain point, the rendering just he's still alive. Funny enough, weird. Bob might actually be the code then. Because he has been falling. Oh shit, no, he's dead. He's still falling. He's supposed to be like jaggy by now because his position on the y-axis is like over 8,000. Okay. Well, I suppose let's make the dissolve shaders now. So for this, we're going to need new shader graph shaders. We already have a distortion effect which we use for the punches. Let me show you guys. So we already have a distortion shader which we like these. Yeah, like all those distortions you see once you attack. Those are all done with shaders. But now we have to make one that makes the object kind of fade away, like with noise or something. So we can use it to fade out the Ravens model and then fade in the player model and vice versa. I want to switch back to PC because I feel like this Android is making the game run weirdly. So I'm switching back to PC now. Now I probably need to restart Unity after that. So that is enough mobile content for you guys. Hopefully you have learned how to do the new stuff. Okay, just keeping back this. So Bob is going to end up in a gacha game. Oh yeah, strides. Oh my lord, yeah, I knew I was forgetting something and I can't should I switch back? And I've already switched off my phone. But strides is basically exactly like how you do this thing. The dummy should be named Bob. Yep, that is why it's called Bob. Strides is basically how you just sprint with focus mode, then it just automatically does the strides. I will show you with the gamepad, but like it might still be confusing to translate that to mobile. And yeah, I was forgetting something. It always happens to be like I'll ask myself, am I forgetting something? I'll be like, nah, and then I'll move on, and then I realize I'm forgetting something. Yep, Project Jazzgame is the final name of the game because I am too lazy to start changing Steam and then Play Store and all the whole like um, video titles, bruh. I am too lazy for all that, so I'm just going to stick with Project Jazzgame. Let me show you guys. Yeah, see, the game performs a lot smoother when it's on PC, not mobile. I don't probably because I didn't restart Unity. I'm not sure restart it. It should run better. So Strides is. Let me turn on the gamepad display back. Okay. Can you guys see the gamepad display? Come on. I don't have two live chats. Okay, can you guys see the gamepad display now? So strides is just you hold the sprint button, trigger, and then focus, sprint, focus, and you move. That's all you have to do. Then you can point your inputs to control where he jumps to. You can either use the look inputs or the movement inputs because your look input is technically your movement inputs because he tries to move where you're looking at. So and then really similar we have these, you just jump and it's exactly like, it's basically the same states. You just hold these two and you point your inputs. But in this one you can hold the jump button to manually control the yeah, it has some bugs still. Well, was clean. You can also hold the trick button, the trick mode, and then you let go of the jump button to jump to the top like this, and you can go into strides. And once you do it fast, it's cool. I'll see if I can jump from here to that sliding place. Okay, let me aim higher a bit. Oh, no, I messed up. Okay, so that is the strike. I think I'm done showing everything now. But yeah, the arm jumps. This one is, once you do the dive roll, you just hold X. I mean, when I mean by X, I mean the jump button. You hold the jump button and you jump. Hold the jump button before you hit the ground. Whoop, and you jump. It does the spring jump. And then there's also the 360 dive. If you notice, it's the same trick mode and dodge, but then hold focus mode and then dodge 360. And you can charge this to go higher. So tapping it is just this slow, holding it for a long time. Oh, and that was too much. And you can basically use it to like jump in small gaps like this. Oh, I messed up. I suck at my own game. Can you like believe that? I messed up again. Okay, there we go. Ooh, that was clean, that was clean, that was clean. Okay, okay. What else? What else am I missing? There's some other new features. I nerfed the takedown. So I can't just jump and punch this guy. It won't work like that. I have to like do some cool parkour stuff. Let me try and off the wall and then punch this guy. Okay, that's not high enough. Jumping from here will probably get some though. Yep. And then you can also use objects in your environment to help. And then what else? He's going to be mad at me now. Let's get rid of Bob. Well, Bob, it was nice knowing you. Bob is dead. So, wait, let's add more Bobs. Hold up. So we can like try and do the air takedowns while fighting a couple of Bobs. Damn. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Ah! Well, Bob is pissed. They are jumping me. How is this guy not fighting me? This guy is a peaceful Bob. God damn it. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so you basically just use your parkour and mix it with your combats. I'm thinking of unnerfing it because now it's a bit too hard to pull off. Well, not that hard actually, it's just, will I say more rare? It's like more rare to pull off now because before you could just spam it. And now you can pretty much do it whenever you want. Stop punching me, Bob. I'll show you guys the other variations, a bit harder to pull off because I have to be really like directly above them. Yeah, that one. That one is so cool. I like it so much. Let me try and get high up here. Nope, that was nice. I just did it once. I'm trying to do it again now. I let them come. Whoops. I messed it up. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that just reminded me of another thing I wanted to show you guys. So now enemies can fall off the ledges. Now his attack was not long enough. Yeah, you can basically dodge and make them fall. Let me try and get another guy to fall. Oops, now I fell. Nope. There we go, just like that. Bro, I keep falling off. No, he was close though. God damn. Okay, they got me. There we go. Ah. You're jumping me. God damn it. Okay, let's get moving because now I'm just distracted. I've just been playing this game for like how many minutes now? I'm supposed to be making a shader. Let's get rid of these extra bulbs. So as I was saying, for this VFX, we need a dissolve shader so we can fade out the materials. Let's make a new folder, call it dissolve, and we create a new shader graph. URP lit. There we go. Should it be lit? Yeah, it should be lit. I just call it dissolve. We also need to analyze how the player's shader is because we know we have to pass in the texture, so the transition will be seamless. Wait, let me check on the chat real quick. That's what you guys are saying. Hotspots LAN. Yeah, multiplayer can come in like later, like probably after the demo or after, like during early access is the perfect time for that. But for now, the game is going to be single player. Now the update is not out yet, guys. Like once it's out, there'll be a big announcement video, and like before it's even out, there'll be a lot of shots about like just hyping it up. You'll be like, "Are you ready for the playtest 5 or something like that?" So before it's out, you would definitely notice, but it's not out yet. Pull a pistol on. Yeah, Bob will be able to use guns actually, but you can't. Similar to how like if you've played like Spider-Man, enemies are with like rocket launchers and machine guns and pistols, but like Spider-Man is just like doing his thing with his webs and punching and swinging. It's kind of a thing I'm going for here. The enemies would have guns, but like you'll just be doing your own thing with your jazz abilities and parkour and fist fights. You wouldn't really have guns. Yeah, I was thinking of adding grill riding, but I feel like that would just make me kind of like start over scoping, and then I'll be wasting time implementing a bunch of mechanics. So for now, I'm not adding any new stuff. I also have to make sure everything in the game currently works fine. Then I might now add the new stuff like grill grinding or something. Bro, I like beating up Bob. Like I'm supposed to be making a shader. I literally just started playing to beat Bob. Yeah, story mode is coming after early access. What else is going on? Okay, so let's make a shader, boys. Where is it? So this is shader graph. You use this to make shaders, obviously. Then the shader, use that to make material, and then you use the material to determine how a 3D object will be displayed. So for dissolving materials, I'm going to use alpha clipping because real transparency is very expensive to render, especially on mobile. So I'm going to cheat. Alpha clipping is like cheating basically. Yeah, cheating transparency. So first off, we need some kind of noise. I remember watching like a tutorial about this thing, but I can't remember how exactly to do it. It's like years ago. That was before, like when I was still learning Unity and stuff. The whole Brackeys tutorial on is this step? I don't remember. Well, I think it's definitely step. My brain is still working. Hell yeah, I can remember stuff from like years ago. So basically, anywhere you see whites, that is where the mesh is going to be rendered. Anywhere that is black will be invisible, like fake transparency. So that's what we're trying to go for here. So we're going to make, you should probably make this like a property. Call this noise scale. And let's give it a default value of 10. And we plug that here. So when we control this, the noise scale increases. And then, okay, we use this to determine the fade, basically, this value. So let's create a new float called fade. Should we call it fade? Let's call it fade for now and see how that looks. plug that here. Let's make this one a slider that goes between 0 and 1. And then what else? I think that should be all. And we can just connect this to the alpha, just for now though. Then as for the base color, I'm thinking of how to get the player's textures to render here. So like the transition is just perfect and like nobody notices when I switch the materials. I can just check out my player. Like this is what I used to render close basically. This bigger shader. It's not even that big, it's just one texture sample which we split up to do like the who just subscribes? Flix Gamer, welcome to the community, bro. So yeah, we just use this texture, we sample this texture, we grab all the channels because that's how we handle the character customization. You know, you can change the colors of like the part of the cloth, like primary, secondary. That is how we do it from one texture. And then we also split out the normal maps and stuff, and then that is all. So I'm thinking of if we should do all of this again in the dissolve shader, or we might just actually just take all this and put it in one shader. But then because this thing is already alpha clipped, but like I don't know if rendering all of this every time for every NPC would be the wisest decision, because I only need this for the player and the bird, not every NPC and every item in the game. So that is why I'm splitting it up this way so it runs better. But I don't know. I can't be sure. Well, let's just keep going though. So let's figure out how to actually pass in the color and the texture. So for clothing, they only have a texture, primary, secondary. So we need to still take all these parameters and bring them here. You know, there's an easier way to do this. I can just duplicate this shader. Then I just rename this to dissolve and then add the extra stuff. And I can do the similar thing for my is it the body? Yeah, my player body. And then as for the mouth, I don't know, I think I'll just ignore that one. I don't think you guys will notice. So let's call this dissolve. Dissolve cloth. Let's call it dissolve cloth. What did I call the other one? I just called it PBR, physically based render. I'll call it dissolve PBR then. Hey bro, what's up? Eddie's back. Where did he even leave to? Yeah, I do play Roblox, but like my game was out of like my Roblox player app. The last time I tried to play, they said it was out of date, and I had no idea how to update it, so I just uninstalled it. Okay. Okay, it's done duplicating. So yeah, this is the duplicate. Let's copy all of this. Copy. We'll go to our duplicates. And then we add that here. Can I convert this to a property? Yeah, we can. Property. Let's call it fade again. Hopefully this will work really well. And I've forgotten what I called this one. Property. I think this one was called noise scale. There we go. You probably also need to pass in some kind of like mapping to this, but I don't think it's necessary because the scale already controls that. So now we have to also mix it with distance data. I feel like multiplying it wouldn't be the best choice. I think min, because this is really similar to how I did the mouth shader, because you can't just multiply that. think I can just ignore the distance data in general self, because the camera wouldn't be that close. Yeah, I think I'm just going to get rid of that. No, I'll leave it back. So now it's going to take from this. No, I don't think I can use minimum. I will use maximum. Right. I'm guessing, I'll start with minimum, then if there's an issue, I'll switch later. But now let's see if this is actually working for like the PBR clothing. Okay. Okay, first we have to create the material of that. And we also have to tell, like we have to detect how to assign the new materials, because right now we're just assigning everything to one material. Oh, this is Bob. Oh, this is not Bob. Okay, let me show you guys what I'm trying to talk about. So you see how we're just having one material here for the dissolve, and then we assign everything to just that material in this for loop here. That is kind of weird to do, because let me show you why that is an issue. Let me play the game first. So this is my player now. Look at his materials. Let me open this. Look at his materials. He has about 8 materials. All of these ones, from like the last one all the way to here, they use the same shader, so we can just pass in the same fade material and then copy over the properties. So this is fine. But these ones are different shaders for like the eyes, the body, the eyelids, the mouth, so we can't just copy the same shader from here. So I will also have to create these different dissolve shaders for these ones and then pass that in and then copy over the properties. I'm thinking of if there's a smart way to do this, like maybe there's something like a runtime shader reparenting thing, I don't know. But here's what I'm thinking about. I will just create one fade material for now, just to see how it looks. And then I might just do like a stylistic choice something, or just make, instead of me to like have everything rendered the way it usually renders, I just do the same fading, but like make it render with like special glowing colors, so like it will be like he's using superpowers or something. So that way I save on all this performance and still have the fading. So let's try that first. Smoothness. We don't need smoothness. We don't even need normals. We only need the alpha. We don't need the metallic either. So let's experiment with that first. And let's get rid of the old dissolve shader. And let's create the material from this. Hey, thanks, bro. This is the best comment I've seen in a while. Glad you like it. Okay. I'm going to use Bob for a quick experiment now. I'm going to use Bob to check if this material is working properly. Thought I just created a material from this. Dissolve PBR. Alright, so where's material? There we go. At this point, I think that's just what I'll stick with, because it's a bit complicated to do the whole copying of textures, and then I might still do it actually, but like that'll be during the polish phase of the game, not this early. So this is the dissolve shader now on Bob. Let's see if we can actually fade him out of it. Oh yeah, we can. So yeah, we control this to fade out Bob, and it's not actually using real transparency. It's like is faked. So this thing is still an opaque object, but like you can actually see through it. I can also tweak the noise scale to control like how he like burns out. I like this. I like a bigger scale better, though it looks better. But the eyes are like the UVs basically. If you look, watch how the eye fades out. But I was actually right to use minimum. It actually still fades with the camera and it maintains the step, like the custom fading I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, I was right to use. But if you notice how the eyelids are fading, it's like the noise is so much smaller there because of the UVs. So I'm going to have to use it. I thought I could use a different UV channel, but like that won't work because I use UV0 for like the body, and since the eyelids are a different mesh, it doesn't, hey bro, it doesn't use the same UV channel. So like the eyelid UVs are really big compared to the body, so I'm not exactly sure how I can go about this, so I'm just going to ignore it for now. I look, you want to see how the eyes, okay, I can't even see how the eyes dissolve because the what does it call it, the eyelids are closed mesh, like it won't let you see the eyes. I also use this dithering stuff for like the eyelids, but let's just have one color for this. There was a way they used to split this thing up, like I can somehow offset this step mode so I can have like two layers to this dissolve, where there's like an outline around the holes basically with a different color. I can make that glow so it looks like it's burning. But I'm not really sure how to do that. I feel like I have to offset this. Should I try? Wait, let me try that. Okay. Let's make the default value like, yeah, something like this. So I think we have to use two steps, but then instead of using fade, we have to create a new property. We'll call it, what do we call it? Fall off, outline, just call it outline. Let's call it dissolve outline or something like that. I don't know. I suck at naming things, but like look at the name of the game. It's called Project Jazzgame because there's jazz and there's a game. Okay, so we just use a smaller value. Yeah, so we can actually just use the same value, but like it subtracts this from it, I guess. Let me plug that. So ideally this would be just be slightly less than, sorry, slightly more than this, right? Is that how it works? Let's say we make the default value like, okay, I feel like I'm missing something. We can make it big. Then we can use I'm confused now, but I feel like I can get this if I just really think about it. Like this has to be bigger than this one, obviously, so we can actually cut out this one from it. So if these two are colors, like imagine let's just actually color this thing right now. Let's call it dissolve color, and let's make the default like red so we can see it very well. So if we make this red and we somehow blend that with this, should we add? No, we shouldn't add. I know multiplication is the wrong thing to do about, like, it's just going to make it, yeah, it's just going to result in this, so no. So I'm thinking of a way to get this part, so the only red part is like the subtraction of this part and this part. And I'm pretty sure subtracts, you would think subtracts would result in what you're trying to do, but like that's like the worst thing you can actually do, because I just changed the color. Very strange. Okay, so let me think. I feel like I can lead with a mask. Like if I invert, no, that is wrong, that's wrong. My shaders are hard. I can just watch the tutorial again though if I actually want to do this fast. But like thinking about it is fun, so. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We have this white mask. We want this white part to be above here. There's this node called, is it a blend? Yeah. So this would be the base. Sorry, this would be the base, right? And then we also use this. Okay, I think I messed. Okay, it's because I'm using overlay. There we go. Now we're cooking. So this is what I was looking for. Yeah, this is not the right way to do this, but it works for now, which I'm happy about. But let's make that color HDR, so it's going to look cooler. And then we're going to actually use this to multiply with the color of the character, right? Oh, no, wrong. What do we multiply with the color of the character to get the color of the blend? At this point, I'm just gonna watch the tutorial, bro. Blend. Another blend. I don't think that is right. Because this blend is an expensive operation. Like, look how bright it is. Okay, I'm opening YouTube. We shall go back to school. Dissolve shader blend Unity. Oh shit, Crimson Desert trailer just came out. I look, you want to watch this, so hold up. My network will not even let me because I'm streaming right now. Yeah, this is what I was looking for.
One of my favorite effects in video games and movies is the saw.
Let's skip to the good parts. Creating a shader. This is like the old version of shader graph. Look how weird it looks. I just want to look at his final shader. Like, I don't even want to follow what he's teaching. I just want to look at it and copy, like when you're in school and like people are doing assignments and they're trying to explain to you how the assignment is actually solved. Like, just let me copy, bro. I'm skipping. I don't have time for this. Where is the part where he shows? Yeah, he called it edge color, edge width, edge scale. Yeah, so there's a remap node here, there's a time node, but I would like to control it manually. I don't want to use time. Weird. Okay, yeah, so I was right about the simple noise, then there's a step node. Okay, this is a pretty good point. Yeah, okay, so you see all of this, we have to start copying now. I was pretty close. I got step and I got the noise, and I don't think we need this remap because he's using time. I want to control it with the script, so nah, I don't think we need that. So all we need is just to grab. We're already basically doing the same thing, bro. I be this before he added the edge fade. Okay, yeah, we got the noise, we got the step. Let's multiply that with, let's get rid of this first. I think I made this HDR. Okay, I didn't, so now it's HDR. I just leave it red though. So now we have the colored dissolve. Let's get rid of the old stuff I was adding. Dissolve outline.
I think it's also a good idea to be able to control the thickness.
Oh, I think I get what he did. He connected the multiplied, like the thing he multiplied with color to the emission. So only here glows, which is weird. Then what did he connect to the alpha? Remapped. Why is he connecting this to the clip threshold? Could this be what I'm missing though? I doubt it. Simple noise straight to alpha. Okay. Oh, I get. This is what he's using to animate his dissolve, the time. So we also need to do a similar thing. So we're going about this the wrong way. We're using fade to like dissolve. So also we just have to add something to our fade to kind of control the outline basically. So that is this. Let's put it down here so it looks similar to what he's doing. So now this is our fade, like this whole block here is our fade. The only difference is he's controlling his with time sign or sign of time, if you will, and I need to control my own by myself, so I'm using a property. So we just need to add a little something called like edge width or something like that. So which is what we're going to do now. So we add another float edge width. Plug that here, and let's give it a value like 0.1. I think 0.1 is even too much, like 0.05. So now let's see what he did next. Now this is where we are. This is our fade, this is the addition, this is our edge width, and we need to plug that into the simple noise in function. So instead of the fade going directly here, we plug in this, and then we also plug this directly to the alpha. Oh sorry, we need to plug it to this function because you know we already did some alpha stuff to blur out the objects when the camera is close. So we need to just replace this here, and then we need to actually plug this to the clip threshold because that is what we're changing. And then we have the multiplied color, which we can plug into the emission. Boop. So that is basically all he did here. Plug to the emission, connected to the alpha and the clip threshold. So let's see if it works. Yo, the TikTok chat is going crazy, bruh. No way. I would have probably finished the live by now if I didn't spend so much time beating up Bob. But now he's gone because the fade is probably low. I mean the fade is slider. Oh no, that might not be good. This has to be a negative value now. Color. White. Can I make him glow? Yeah, I can. That's good. I feel like I'm still missing something. The noise scale. Could that be it? No. Color and dissolve color. Edge width. Let's make a couple of changes real quick. We might not even need to use this minimum. Clip threshold. What is connected here again? Wait though, I think I made a mistake somewhere. If you notice, he connected just the fade to the clip threshold, not the calculation of all of this. And me, I went to go and connect the calculation of all that to clip threshold instead of just fade. So let's change that real quick. Can I make this a slider again? There we go. Yeah, it's not. I'm not live on Twitch right now because like I can only stream on 2 platforms. So I just chose YouTube and I chose YouTube and I also chose TikTok. So I'm just live on YouTube and TikTok for now. I'm not on Twitch yet. But I can start streaming on Switch though. But like that would be for like just normal developments, not like when I'm actually trying to figure out something. Like now I'm trying to figure out the abilities, like just this model blending thing. So yeah, now it works. Let's make the edge width big. Can we make it? Okay, it's not doing. Oh, I think I was making it negative. I feel like it's not doing anything. Kind of is though. It's making the sides red. Maybe I'm tripping somehow. Oh no, color is just the color. Okay. Then dissolve color is this. I will connect that to emission. Strange. Okay, imagine if make fade small. Nope, that is not helping. Hold up. We didn't even use this noise for anything. I feel like I'm forgetting another thing. His noise is connected to the alpha directly. Okay, I see my mistake. So what this needs to be connected to alpha because we always have to use the camera blend. So allegedly this should work, right? Let me look at that thing again. Multiplied emission alpha clip threshold. We add it to the end for the multiplication. Okay. Alpha. Why is this going to 3 places? Maybe I'm tripping. It's going to alpha clip threshold. Okay. It's also going to this step in, which is wrong. I feel like this is supposed to go in. Right. Edge. Or was it in? Yeah, it goes to in, not edge. My bad. Okay, so now it's already on in. And then what goes into this edge? The noise, which is this, because we have to blend in the camera thing. Let's try it now, guys. Yo. What videos will you be making on Twitch? It's just basically the development of the game. I'll just be streaming that. It's still giving me the same results. Weird. I can still control the noise scale. Let's leave it like this for now then. Okay, but we can actually fade it. That's good. But we can't control the edge. Weird. Or is it because I made this HDR? Oh, no, definitely not. Let's skip to forward points. Alpha clip threshold. Okay. Why is this thing rendering weirdly? Okay, that's better. Okay, that should ease up on the video. Let's just skip to a forward points in the tutorial. Like, I wish I could just see the final shader. Okay, there we go. He didn't even change much. He just named this and then... Is it because his own is blended with alpha? I'm pretty sure that might be it. No, I don't think that's it. Emissions. Ah, I see. I'm not exactly sure, but I feel like this is not supposed to be just red. That means I'm doing something wrong. Let's play with the values so everything looks correct. So if we make this fade 0, that means here is supposed to be black, sorry, white. Yeah. If we increase this edge width and minimum, it's probably because of this minimum, because I don't even know which one will be smaller. Let's try plugging this directly and see what we get. Yeah, black. This is what we expect. Let's save it and see. I probably should have been using maximum then. Okay, let's see if the edge width is working. I can't tell if it's working. I feel like it's not. It's just the same thing that was happening before. Okay, edge width is already something. Let's increase the fade a bit. Okay, that's correct. Then this is our emission. I'm trying to see what is probably just the color that is up here then. Step. There's just one step node which is used for just the emission. Let's try connecting this to the alpha. Still the same thing. Starting to notice a pattern here. It's just kind of mixing the colors, which is weird. Oh wait, it's actually working. Oh, it's just that the colors were glowing all this while. If you notice, you can see the edge around. It's probably because I'm using HDR colors, which is not supposed to be so. Or I should make this color HDR so they don't mix together. Yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. So this one should be normal. Then I can leave the other one as HDR. I want to still connect this and see if it works. Alpha. Okay, let's try it now. So it was actually working all this while. Wow. Okay. I can't even tell if it's working anymore. Let's make this black. No, let's make it. Okay, the edge width is too much. This thing should go between 0 and 1. Okay, it's working now. Can we make it glow? Yep. Okay, this is what we're looking for. Let's give it the Jazzgame colors. Yeah, let's just give it blue because like that particle is already blue, so it's going to blend nicely with that. So the normal color will now be the orange Jazzgame color. So all we have to do is just control this fade with the code to blend out the models. There's still some parts moving around. Okay, because this thing was. I can probably animate this to. Like if I animate this to like 0.1 or 0.2 while I'm animating this, it's going to fade out nicely. Okay, are we ready to start? Okay, so this is our new dissolve shader. Let's put it here. Now let's just do a quick fade like with the code. Back to normal is instant, so we don't need to fade there. Here we need to fade. Let's ask for a duration. Set the default to 0.2. First, we also have to grab what we call those materials, like the properties, because we actually have to call it from the material set property, whatever. So all we have to do is we can just create a twin for this. For that, we probably need this asset I'm using for twinning. It's called width motion. Let's call it model fade twin. Yeah, that should do it. Then okay. From 0 to 1, we'll pass in the duration which we get from the states, because it might be a slow transition, might be a fast one. Let's give it an ease, I don't know, in out back or something. In out sine. Or out sine. Yep. Now we bind it to something. Which is basically just the material. What did I call it again? The fade material, matte dissolve. There we go. Bro, I can't spell today. I think I called it fade. But keep in mind, we also wanted to animate the edge width, yeah. So we just do a really similar thing here. But we're not going to we're going to like 0.3, and instead of using matte dissolve, we use matte.edge. Oh, my bad. Yeah, instead of using model fade, this is what I needed to change. Not that, sorry. We'll use the model fade. Bruh, I'm having schizophrenia. Use the edge fade. Model edge. There we go. Okay. This should allegedly work, but I don't think this is what I actually named that property. So let's just copy that too. So we'll make sure that is his name. Okay, I don't know why this is taking so long now. Okay, let's open that shader and make sure that is what it's called. Edge width. Okay, there was another underscore, so I have to change this. Let's also change the name just to make everything more organized. Save that. Okay. Okay, we have to fix bulb now. We're done testing. So we can just revert to bulb, because this is the good thing about using prefabs. You can just like mess with everything, and once you're done, you revert and it's back to normal. So yeah, let's try it now. And yeah, there's another bug I've been trying to fix on this weapon wheel. Sometimes when I open it and I close it too fast and I try to open it, this happens. Wait, that is nice. Let me try and do it again. Okay, now it's not happening, but it happens sometimes, which is the worst kind of bugs. The ones that happen sometimes. Yeah, like this. It just does, it refuses to open sometimes. Okay, let's try. It's pretty much instant. Oh yeah, I forgot to pass in the duration. Shit, my bad. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, so we'll find where we call this function. And we pass in that transform duration. Let's also increase this from being a minimum of 0.1. Okay. Yo, bro is back. I just realized I can add people on this chat. Can I add people on TikTok chat as well? Nope, TikTok is weird. Oh, thanks for the rose, bro. Yeah, I'm not live on Twitch, but I will be. Like, I'll just use Twitch for like my more casual streams. Then I'll use YouTube and TikTok for like streams which I want to achieve something. like level design or like fixing something or showcasing stuff. But then Switch would just be like just random ass developments. Like it can be anything, fixing code, refactoring. Okay, it switched to the model, but like I didn't notice it blend. It switched to the material. Sorry, that's just slow. Okay, I think I'm using a bad swing because I can notice it blend, but it just jumps to the model way too fast. And I think I'm using a pretty bad easing. Let me take a look at that. I used outside. Passing in duration 0 to. Okay, everything appears to be working. Outside is not a bad swing now. I think I should leave it as that. So model edge swing, model fade, dissolve matte. Okay. Effect still problematic. Why am I in this state? This is a dive state. Why did I change here? Okay. Crossfade model passing transform duration in back. Okay, there's a way we can debug this actually. We do a slow transformation and then we pause the game when the model disappears. So we check if it's actually disabling or if it's enabled, and then slow transformation. Look, it disappeared. Yep, okay, the code is still correct. I feel like it's just disappearing at the wrong time. Let's monitor the material and see it swing. Okay, so these are the values. We have the fade, which is set on 1. We have the edge width, which is set on 0.3, which is the correct value. So let's slow down time and transform. The fade is not changing. I probably used the wrong name I used the wrong name here. This is what I'm suspecting. Set float fade to X. Weird. That is the correct name. Everything is correct over here though. Okay. Dissolve color, that is not what I'm worrying about. But I know the edge width is working because. Wait, let me show you guys again so you see it. You guys on TikTok can't see this. Let me put it out. So you notice these two values. This is what what's swinging, the edge width and the fade. So I'm going to slow down time and change. The edge width worked fine, it's working fine, it's still swinging. It stops exactly when we transform, which is correct. But if you notice, the fade is not changing at all. Look at it, it just goes to 0 and then nothing, it just snaps to 1 at a random point and it stays at 1 and then you transform, which is very, very wrong. So we need to figure out why. Where is that fade? Okay. So it has to do with something here, I guess. Could it be? I'm probably using, oh, I'm so stupid. Look. This is something about programming. You will end up questioning your sanity. So look at this. Notice that there is an F, like 0.3F. Like 0.3F, yeah. This means this is a float and this is an integer, so it literally just snaps to 1. So I needed to put an F here, and now it's going to work. No, I'm not live on Twitch. No. Okay, let's do it now. There we go. But now we're fading both of them instead of making the bird appear and making the player go away, so it looks kind of weird still. It would be cool if I can put some like feathers coming out from in the particle system. That would be so awesome. Let me make it full screen. Did I even change anything? Why are they asking me if I want to save? No. Okay, let's do this again. Ah, come on. Let me just fly to the void. Let me see the quick transformations. And that one is actually cool too though. But we're supposed to be making the bed material. So we need 2 materials, one for the bird, one for the player. So we can make the bird appear, make the player disappear, and vice versa when we're switching back. Now let's do that real quick. We just need to duplicate that material. But first I want to make that edge with actually a slider. There we go. And also, should we lock in and like do the whole texture so the player is not just yellow? So like he actually looks like he fades from his original material to this, or do we just be lazy and leave it like this? Let me make a poll on YouTube. You guys vote. Yeah, it's actually on Steam. You guys can wishlist the game on Steam. That would be great. I'm making the poll right now. Make the transition material okay. Alright, so what was I doing? Yeah, I want to make 2 materials, one for the bird, one for me. So where is it? Yeah, so we just have to append. This one will be for the player. Mass dissolve player. No, we don't need to add, don't serialize. Then we just make one for the raven. And then once we assign the raven's skin mesh renderer, we give him the raven's materials. And this is a tricky part. Typically, like, you will just have to make mod swings, but there is a trick. We can still set the raven's fade. Where is it? Raven. But since we want the raven to go from 0 to 1 instead of from 1 to 0, we shall use 1 minus whatever x is. So once x is 0, it's going to be 1. 1x is 0 0.5, it will be 0 0.5. 1x is 1, it will now be 0. Hope that makes sense. And then for this one, we just have to like, we want it to start from 0 0.3 and end in 0 basically, yeah. Yep. So it's just almost the same thing, kind of. Now let's see how that looks in game. Yo, did you add the cool parkour like diving? Yep, all those cool stuff are in this. They're in this build. Let me assign the materials real quick and I'll show you. Okay, so this one is for the player. And let's make one for the Raven. And we give the player his own Raven player. Okay. The diving is here. You oopsie. Yeah, you can pretty much set session markers in air, which is something I'm going to leave here because I like it. I call this move dolphining because it's like I'm moving like a dolphin in the ocean, like jumping out and diving in. So you just go like this. As soon as you land, you dive again. I think I also have to alright, that the fade on the bird has to be, yeah, it has to be 0. I don't think it's exactly on 0. I think I'm just going to teleport back up. Well, it looks, I need to make this material seamless. I don't like the way it's just going. Well, it might actually look okay if I like figure out how to fit it into the lore or something. I don't know. I'll probably make it similar, sure, but like probably off stream, because I feel like that would be a bug-riddled journey. Like the bird is not transitioning fully, like there's still some glowing parts on him. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, so where is the parts where the ravens? Oh, look at what I did. I forgot to change this from fade to edge width. Okay, yeah, so I was just using one swing for both of them. Okay, I'm ending the poll really soon, so we'll figure out what we do. Okay, so you guys want us to make it seamless. Alright then. So there's a lot of shader work we have to do for that. Yeah, I learned scripting from just YouTube tutorials and then a lot of trial and error. It's true, if I use black, it will actually look a lot better. But I have an idea. If I just make the ravens color black, like a dark gray, it will look better. But I'm going to make it seamless because I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, it looks good. Alright, we have ravens. It's almost ready. So now you guys can like set your sessions. Like to get on buildings, you don't need to start changing jump height anymore. You can just turn to a raven and fly and then you land where you want to go, and then you turn back. Oh, I mistakenly pressed the session button. Okay. Then you just turn back, you tap it again. Okay, I'm in the wrong layout, sorry. I keep forgetting to switch my scenes. Okay, you guys can see it now. Yep, so now you can go anywhere you want with the bird. It will be released on phone and Steam. Like, it's basically a cross-platform game, so it's going to release everywhere. I just want to mess around with this. Oops, I hit the ground. I also want to make that slow transformation. Like, the bird transformation looks cool because it's now black. Like, it's almost unnoticeable. Let's do it in slow motion. Let's see if we can miss this. Like, it's almost unnoticeable for the bird. But if you look at the eyes, you can tell. Like, look at the eyes of the bird. You can tell when it switches. But for the player, it's as clear as day. You can literally see when it turns yellow. Poof. And let's go on from slow motion. So yeah, we have to make it seamless so it looks better. But that might be tricky though. But I'll figure it out. Should have used a fast transformation. Nah. Okay, let me try that again. Yeah, I did it. Let's go. I'm just gonna do it in the sky. Like, I like doing tricks while transforming. It just looks so cool, especially using, like when using the slow transformations. It just looks so cool, bro. If I mess with the speed of the player while doing parkour, will it break? Like, if I change the speed, like the player's run speed, it won't really break, but like it might make the animations to look out of place. Like, for example, if I parkour this normally, it's going to look like this. But if I make my player run faster, oh wait, I missed it. If I make the player run faster, I missed the timing again. Yeah, look at how he just like freaking does the vaults, but then he's finishing around here because I'm way too fast. So that's what will happen if you change the speed while doing parkour. I have like cheat buttons to like make my player speed up for like testing, which is not available on the build show. Keep missing this thing. Yeah, that is what happens. Damn, that box went flying. Yeah, like that. You can also bump into people. It really get mad at me if I keep bumping into my, I think so. That is the personality system. Well, Bob is dead again. Let me try and use keyboard a bit. Yeah, Q is the button. Yeah, it's so much easier. I can't even tell which one I like playing this game better with saying keyboard and Oh, I missed that. Ouch. He was supposed to be making. Mohammed says I'm a bird. Yep, there's no new map yet. I haven't even started making it. I feel like I should make this bed stop being grounded once you transform to it. And I feel like that would be the best thing. Okay, we're getting distracted again. What am I supposed to be doing? Yeah, let's make the material transition seamless. Okay, to do that, we have to modify the shader to now support all those good stuff that we disconnected previously. So that is this. Connect that. Connect this to the color. But that means we also have to change the bird's material, because I've not even like made a proper shader for the bird. It's just using the default stuff. Collect the metallic, connect the roughness or the smoothness. So this is all we need for like the seamless transitions. Let's also like organize this better. So this is our dissolve shader. Let's move that down. Let's comment it with let's call it dissolve. And so this is our dissolve. Is there anything we should rename? I think everything is okay. Dissolve color is fine. Fade and edge width is fine. I feel like we should take out this distance from it. How do I ungroup this? Ungroup. Also ungroup this. Yeah, because this too is not really part of the dissolve. It's just the blending. So they'll stay out. Let's move the normal map. Oh no, it's normal map needs to be here. I like making this thing organized, so okay, I can manage it like this. So let's move our dissolved group up here. So all this does is just fade out the mesh. Oh, that is a secret. Why can't I add people anymore? I was that only on TikTok. Okay, I still can. Well, basically, there's just 5 abilities. This is the only one I will like reveal to you guys for now. But these ones, like the remaining 4, will appear in a devlog once they're all ready. But I'm pretty much going to be very secretive about them because it's a big surprise. Okay. We have our shader. So now we just have to figure out how to pass in the right materials. But I've also noticed something. We're trying to figure out how to pass in the dissolve shaders. And if you notice, for example, the player skin mesh renderer is a predetermined, like, is deterministic basically. So like we know that anytime you play the game, the first four materials is for the body, eyes, mouth, whatever, and the rest is for clothes. So we can just use that to determine how we assign the materials. So it's definitely possible to make it seamless. But as for the bird, let's make the bird material, because I've not made the bird material yet. The bird was just one asset that I downloaded from Sketchfab. So let's give the bird proper materials. But the materials are simple. It's just a texture, and then it's just basically a texture. And then as for the eyes, it's just a black material. Yes, there will be an update on the Play Store and the App Store. It's not releasing December 19th. But the demo, I don't know, it might release December 19th, because like I planned a lot for the demo. Like I want to add like missions and stuff. Like it's not really like for the main game, but like it's an, how will I put it? It's a slice of the experience of the main game. So like there'll basically be missions, but the story is not tied to the game in any way. It's just like a mini story you can experience to like use and judge the final game. So it's going to take a while to like create all those systems. So yeah, the demo might not even come this year if I'm being realistic. But like I have high hopes. Like I just need to lock in a bit. Yeah, I wanted to create materials. Bird material. Do I keep it? Let me just keep everything in my material folder. Raven. Let's create a normal material. Call it Raven. Should we make it PBR? Let's make it a normal PBR texture, but then we will need textures and the whole other stuff. Models, animals. We still have the Raven texture. Let's use that. And then as for the roughness and height and whatever, I don't know how we're going to figure that out, because we don't have any normal maps. But let's see how the Raven looks with the new material though. So this is our Raven. This is the Raven. We're about to assign him the material, so he might look very funky. So you guys just brace for impact. Well, he's gone. It's because I'm so close. He still looks fine. But if you notice, he's just black. Probably because I have not... Oh, there we go. He's getting some color. If I make everything red, what is going to happen? Because I'm actually using the shader meant for clothes, like customizable clothes for the... Ooh, it actually makes him look kind of cool though. But nah. I think we just have to create a new shader for the Raven. Weird. Pom. Can I make this white? Yep. But it's not really help. It's just the highlights that are getting changed. Like the bright side of the texture. So we have to make a new shader for this guy. Select shader. So we just need... Or can we already use a shader we have? Like the body shader already uses some normal maps and then facial features. I feel like we can use this. Okay, no, we can't. We can, no. Can we not? Let's try. Let's just mess around until we find something. If we can't find any useful shader, we'll just make a new one then. Let me check on the charts. You guys are spazzing. Hey, you seen the concept art that I made? Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's actually kind of similar to what I have in mind, but there's no mini map. It's just like a what is it called that thing? Like a compass. What do you? I think it's called a. I think it's just like a compass, similar to Batman Arkham, like the whole northwest thing. Yeah, we're supposed to be messing with the Raven's materials. So let's reparent this to. Oh my. Oh yeah, Jazzgame. Characters. Body. Okay. If we give him this. Oh my god, yes, yes, we can use body for this. We can definitely use body for this because it looks almost the same. But those normal mobs, I don't trust them. Yeah, look, the normal mobs are affecting the bird. The bird has arms. But it's unnoticeable though. It's kind of noticeable. But let's keep checking. Why it's can you even change the color of the bird? I don't think so. Color. Facial features, okay. Let's select another shade. Okay. We have checked body. I feel like I know eyelids doesn't have any textures. So do eyes. Eyes, all the textures are already predefined, and so is mouth. Hmm. So we have to use either we use PBR. Okay, we've already seen that PBR is not the right fit for the job. Okay, we have this, but I don't think I should use that. Then we have these VFX ones. So there's no choice. We have to just create a new material, a new shader actually. Let's call it plain. Like it doesn't have to be special. I'm still thinking. Okay, so Spawn Cross said, what if the Raven's colors was based off your appearance? That would be actually cool, but like, it will be hard to implement though. But like, I feel like I should add like Raven customization or like your Raven form customization. Like, you can't be just a Raven. You can also turn into an owl or something, like a hawk. Like all these birds of prey, like the dark birds. The birds of the night basically isn't like it ties into the story of the game, which I'm not going to talk about. What do I call this shader? S underscore bird. I want it to be like it's just a shader with the texture, so it's like it should be something really simple. Only Raven. As this thing, perfect. Okay, it's done. Let's just call it S underscore typical. Okay, we called it simple. It's a simple shader. So this is what we're going to use to draw the bird. Which is actually all we need. All we need is a texture. Let's call it let's just call it texture. And then we put that to base color. We'll have to sample this first, my bad. Okay, we're done. That is the whole shader. Okay, so now I have to switch the raving to use our new simple. There we go. Oh, but now he's shiny. That is not good. We also have to expose some other fields. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Simple. There we go. So let's expose a couple of these. Just the smoothness for now. Yeah, that is all. We just make the board rough, because feathers are pretty rough. Okay, let's change that. There we go. I want it to be kind of shiny, because there's this gloss that has like, there's this, I don't know if I'll call it gloss, but like there's this shininess to feathers. Also have to tweak the eyes. I low-key want the eyes to glow white, like just pure white. That would be cool. Also the raven can blink, but I haven't really animated it. Oh, and the blinking is messing with the normals. Does this mess with the normals? Yeah, that messes with it. So I have to recalculate all the normals instead of importing it. Where is it? Where is it? Normals, yeah, calculate. There we go. Yeah, it looks better now. Okay. So as I was saying, we need to set, we need to create materials for the eyes. Low-key, we can just duplicate it, but let's just copy it. We'll call it Raven Eyes. You know, we could have just combined. Is it too late? I don't think it's too late. Let's just do that real quick. It's like a little optimization thing. We're going to combine the eyes with the body, so it's just one mesh, one material, one texture, one everything. So we're going to hop to Blender really quick. Find our raving. Oh, I think I got rid of it. But I have multiple. Where did I save that? Game files, Blender, Raven. Here we go. So this is the Raven's blend file with all its animations. They are just about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's about 10 now. So now we're just doing something a bit different. We just want to tweak the model to make it easier to create shaders for. And first I want to make sure these animations are not playing. Okay. Okay, now we can make some tweaks. Let's get him in the default stance. There we go. So now this eye is joined to the mesh, but like it is a separate sub mesh because it has a different material. So we're just going to get rid of the eyes material. Call this m_raven. That is just it. Then we just also need to tweak the. Let's go into material view mode and see how that looks. Yeah, I also need to tweak the UVs so the eye is actually rendered somewhere. But this might be tricky because you see how this texture looks. There is no space. If I tweak anything, it might affect the bird itself. We're going to experiment until we find a proper way to do this. So let's find where the eyes lie first in the UVs. Okay, those are the eyes. Let's grab all of that, shrink it down to literally a pixel wide. Now let's try tweaking. I go to texture paints. There we go. So what color should we even make the eyes? Okay, I just want to make it black. I feel like it will look better with white. Like, hmm. White or black eyes, guys, you decide. Let me do a poll for you. Okay, this guy is giving some options. Let's add more options then. We have blue. I'm going to start adding yellow, like the Jazzgame yellow theme. I don't want to add in red because that breaks a story thing I'm going for. So these are the options. Let me make this shit more fancy. Oops, my bad. Okay. Okay, the poll is up. You guys should vote while I try and figure out. Yeah, we're also done with this dissolve shader, so we can close it now. Maybe that is why this thing has been lagging. So we also need to color these eyes. If I color here, what happens to the bird? Okay, the bird still looks fine, so I can pretty much color that thing anything I want. But I would like to make the eyes glow. But I low-key can with this setup, because if I can color this white, I can basically color it anything I want. I probably should just make one shader for the raven then. Like just for now at least. The raven, I could use a custom raven skin where the primary color is the eyes, and I can like tweak the highlights, but that will be like after I finish the system though. Can't start that now because that takes a lot of time. Okay, you guys should vote because I think it should be ready like this though. Save. Let's export the new model. Hopefully this doesn't break the animation. I've already backed up the animation so it wouldn't break. Okay, let's go back to Unity. Let's say compile. Okay, now we have white eyes. Okay, is it just me or the white eyes look weird? But we can fix that. Since we're going to make this to be the raven now, we rename this to raven. We put it, make a new folder for it basically. I think I should put it in humanoid animals, I guess. Okay, so this is the raven. This is the raven shader now, like it's not just a general purpose shader. So we can have a color for the eye color. Let's make it HDR so it can like glow, because I want it to look cool glowing in the dark and stuff. We can still leave this smoothness, but what I want to do is take this through a step. Let's put in the waving texture just for now so we can actually see what we're doing. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This step node is going to help us mask out just that white part, just that the eyes basically, just the eyes. So we're going to use that as a mask. I feel like there's another node we can use for this, but I'm not sure. I think we just stick with step. We're going to use that as a mask and multiply that with the eye color, which we should just make white for now. Then we're also going to invert this. Should we use this? Yeah, we're going to invert this as another mask. So we can just 1 minus. So this mask is what we're going to use to combine these two now. So we can either use multiply or we use add. We have to use add. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have to use add. In fact, there's another way to even combine it. So it's always going to look white, but this is what we're going to plug into base color. And should we plug it into emission? Nah, let's leave it like this first. I also want to step this out of here. Oh no, leave it there. My bad. Let's organize this a bit. Okay. Now let's go back. So let's check on the poll. Who won? White 40%. Are you guys serious? Okay, I'm ending the poll now. So white won the poll. Okay, I think I messed up the shader somehow. Oh wait, black actually won. Holy hell. That was a fast change. Okay, the eye color is white. Okay, now I can tweak the eye color, but the... Oh yeah, my bad. I'm supposed to take... add 1 minus step. Oh no, I'm using the wrong thing. I'm supposed to add in the original texture, not the... Right? I'm supposed to multiply the original texture. I'm not even multiplying. I need to mask it. Mask. Here we go. Channel mask, color mask. Is it channel mask or color mask? Let me look at this. Nope. Definitely not color mask. I can just use blend, but I don't want to use blend. I feel like there's a one operation where you can use to do this. Hold on, what am I even doing? All I need to do is step this, then multiply this with the eye color, which I'm already doing. That's good. Then add that to the... Use this as a mask to blend to this. Right? Yeah, I don't think I need this mask, but let's just push it aside for now. Let's try adding this. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We don't need this guy. This guy is an imposter. Okay, now we can get rid of this. Let's see how that looks. Okay, yeah. Okay, the eyes can glow. So what color one again? Black. So we have to make it black. Okay, now it's stuck on white. We missed something else in that shader code. Okay, make it other colors though, just not black. Wait, there's something very wrong with this shader. Let's put back that texture and tweak it so we get it right. Okay, so we want to mix... I feel like I should just use the blend because I know blend can actually do this thing I want to do. Yeah, I don't think add is the right guy for the job. this is the color we want. This is the mask we want to use to blend the color, and this is what we want to use as the base. So we can either, if we use multiply, that won't work because here will just be black. So we have to use blend. There's no other way. So what is the base? This is the base. What are we blending? This is the we're blending this guy. This is the opacity. And we connect this to base color. Why is this thing black? Okay. Wait, did I just mix this thing up? I'm supposed to be using this as the opacity. There we go. This guy is still an imposter. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me check something real quick on TikTok. Why can't I watch my own live? Okay, I can. Hell yeah. This looks so different on my phone. Why can't I watch my own live? Okay, I can. Okay, I've seen enough. Let's see our new eye shader. Okay, there's still something clear. Okay, I think I have to connect that to emission. Yeah, my bad. Because now the eye doesn't glow no matter how much strength I put on it. Or does it? It doesn't even turn red. It's supposed to be red, not white. Why isn't overlay? My bad. I was supposed to be using overwrite. Okay, now it should work fine. Okay, now it works. So what color did we decide? I think it was black. But a red-eyed crow looks evil. I look like it with small eyes though. Okay, yeah, it looks more realistic, but I like it to have big cartoony eyes. Can I just make it black? Like this is how it looked by default. I will make it white. I make it like white. Ooh, yellow looks. Yeah, I think I'm going with yellow because that is like the jazz accent color already. So most of the jazz, anyways. Let me see how it looks with green. Ooh, green is not bad. A blend of that. Not just leave it like this for now. Just for now. Okay. What is next? Oh yeah, we're trying to make the transition seamless. That was like the whole mission. And now we have the Raven material. So we don't need the Raven eye anymore. Because the Raven just uses one material now. Now, let's figure out how we can actually Okay, now the Raven uses one. Now we have to do the player. The player one is a bit more complicated because we already know he's wearing clothes, and then his skin is his own problem. But for the skin, it's not actually that hard. It's just four materials, out of which the eyes are. How do we do the eyes? We can either create one for each. Like, let's open the VFX folder. Okay, this is the dissolve shaders for the player. This one is for the Raven. Okay, we either create one dissolve shader for each of the other shader types, or we create one, like, let me show you guys something cool. I'm kind of still wondering which one to pick. We can create something called I don't even remember what it's called. But basically, we can take this whole dissolving, like this whole dissolve code, and we compile that into just one block. Similar to what we did for this distance data, because if we open it, it's just some code and outputting something. So we can just do a similar thing here, and then add that to every shader, like the cloth shader and the Raven shader, and then the rest, like the player's body, and then we just do that instead of switching the materials. That would work fine, but that would now increase the processing, because now every NPC, every entity in the game now has to calculate all of this dissolve code, even when they don't really use it. So that is the crossroads I'm at, basically. It's either we recreate all of this in different shaders, or we just move this to all the current shaders. Yeah, bro has to go. Okay, so you know what? I'm going so we can see how this looks when it's seamless. So that's what we're going to do now. But for that, we have to create like a where's our subgraphs? There we go. Global alpha effects. Yeah, we have to create it here. Shader graph, subgraph. So this is our what is the name again? Dissolve. Yeah, I timed him out. He was saying some inappropriate stuff. Okay, so this is the subgraph. So we just have to yoink all of this, cut that out, and put that here. Then we have to convert this to properties. And then we have to output this. It's that simple. Let's also name these. I don't even remember what they are supposed to be called. No, this one is the scale. I think one is supposed to be called fade, but I can't remember which. Probably this, right? We also have to output the fade. This one is the emission color, but I can't remember which one. I think this one was fade. And edge width. Go. Okay, that should be all. Hey, who is spamming gifts, bro? Thanks. Yeah, the updates will come out on all platforms at the same time, basically. He said the updates could come out either today or tomorrow. I never said that, to be fair. Yeah, it's for phone and PC, all platforms. So, okay, we have our subgraph now, the dissolve subgraph. So we just plug that here, and we plug the emission to the emission, the fade to the fade, right? Yeah, here. But another thing I'm wondering is, I don't even think I need to make this color public, or the noise scale, or the yeah, I'm going to make all these privates. Where is the color? We already agreed to use convert to inline node. Okay. We already agreed to make it like, let's use blue. There we go. Then as for this noise scale, yeah, we just want to make this fast, so let's just use pretty much any value. Where are those dissolved materials? 120, okay. Let's copy this. I can't paste. And I see the value is 3.5. Let's make it 4. And 120 on the noise. Okay, this is much simpler, so we can do it quicker. Oh, I forgot to get rid of the property, my bad. So this is the only two things we need: the fade and the edge width, because we're actually tweaking that in the material. So we just connect that here. We don't even need to connect it here, honestly, because we don't plan to use these materials anymore. Yep, so this is what we're going to get. It's going to look something like this on everything basically. And we also have to blend it to this one using minimum, and then we connect that. Okay, let's copy this, save that. Now I have to apply this on every shader that the player and the Raven uses. It's probably already on the Raven's shader. Where is the Raven shader? PBR, body, eyelids, eyes, mouths. So this is all we need to apply the shaders to. Oh, my bad. Now here is another tricky thing. For the mouths we used multiply, so I'm not exactly sure how that relates to this one. Should we just use another multiply? I can't remember. I was supposed to connect fade to something else. Fade fade, 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 fade. Yeah, alpha clip threshold. Let's connect fade to alpha clip threshold. Now I'm supposed to connect this to minimum to this, I guess. If that works. And let me leave. No, I don't want to leave this here in case I mess up somehow. Let's name this float. So this one is called fade. This one is called edge width. Now I have to do the same thing for the rest of the shaders. This will take a while. Okay. Convert to property. Convert to property. We name this fade. We name this edge. Bro, I can't spell today. Wait. Okay. Connect fade to alpha clip threshold. Connect this calculation to alpha. Connect emission to emission, and we're done. So eyes is complete. We move on. Eyelids. Where are the? Where's the alpha? Yeah, it's over here this time. Trying to speedrun this shit. But after this, we're basically done. We're done with the first ability for the game. What is this called? Edge width. This goes and replaces this. This goes here. This goes here. Just doing it this way because I might end up reverting back if I decide to use new materials, because the performance cost might be a little too much. Minimum. Okay, this is fine. Eyes, yeah, eyes is fine. Done with this body. Just two left, so almost done. Okay. Pastes. Let's round this up, shall we? We replace this. Convert these. Edge width. We convert. Where does this go again? Oh yeah, clip threshold. Then this goes into emission. Now we're done with body. Yeah, this is almost over. There's just one shader left after this one. Fade. Edge width. Oh, I don't think there was supposed to be space. Yep. Because this thing uses string, so one typo means it would not work. And sometimes to find that mistake will cost you everything. Okay, I think I'm done here. No. Alpha, ambient occlusion. Why? Was this thing connected to the wrong node all this while? Where does this go again? Alpha. Oh yeah, I forgot. I've not started using alpha for this yet. alpha clipping, so now I can connect this to the alpha. Let's convert these. And then we take the fade here. Now we name them. Okay. So that is all for now. All we have to do now is change the code so it doesn't assign the materials, it just loops through them and then tweaks whatever it's supposed to tweak for each of them. This might take. We can do the for loop here actually, because they all share this. Let me do that real quick. But how we're going to go back? Let's just comment this out. Original math length. I just copy this first. We loop over. Why did the string change? Yo, welcome back, Chase. Okay. I'll just call this, yeah, these player materials actually. Then we do similar thing for the raving. And then we loop over both of them. And then we, instead of setting, remove local variable. Why though? Yeah, because of these ones. And I'll comment these out in a minute. Okay, so we just grab both. For the player, we want to do these. For the raving, we want to do this. But instead of using our dissolve material, we do it on all the materials so it will look seamless. I want to move this down so it actually declares it when it needs it, not in the middle of all that mess. And then we have to do the same thing for the edge swing, weird enough. So let's just yoink all of this. And then we take this code for the raving, put it here. Instead of even putting it there, we just take these parts and then we take these parts for the player, and then we can get rid of this. So allegedly this should all work. Also for crossfading back, we have to set these to the default value. You can either crossfade it or do it instantly. Should we do it instantly? Let's crossfade it back. So now instead of doing, let's just use 0.25 and then we go the other way around. This is for edge width. So we start from 0.3f and we go to 0. And then, yep, and for the player, for the model twin, sorry, we go from 1 to 0. I might still have to come back and tweak something because I know the Raven is going backwards while the player is going forwards. Okay, that should cover it. Should we see how this looks? Or I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting something. But let's see how it looks though. Why is the stream? It keeps switching. I feel like I'm pressing something. Could be enter. Oh yeah, it's probably enter. My bad, guys. If I press Control and enter, or is it Shift and enter? It's numpad and yep, no, I've seen the issue. If I press Control and enter, it switches to that screen. So, and I'm probably pressing it when I'm coding. Okay. Oh, I forgot to disable the Raven. All the shaders have to recompile as well because I changed them a lot. Okay. Let's disable the Raven now. Hopefully the shaders have recompiled. Oh, I messed something up. And I'm not sure what. Oh yeah, probably the default values. Could be wrong though. Let's find the player's material. It's probably the default material. Where everything is recompiling at this point. How long has the screen been gone for? I didn't even realize. Yeah, it's a default material. So it needs to be on probably 1. Yeah, 1 by default. Edge width needs to be on 0 by default, right? So yeah, 0 by default. Yeah, and also fade needs to be on 0 by default. So we need to tweak all of that. Yeah, I'm really thinking I should do this in a separate material. I don't want every entity doing. Oh, I messed up the mouth shader now. But let's just finish with this. Close. Yeah, for this one I can just click everything because they are the same shader. As I was saying, we have to tweak the mouth because now the mouth is black instead of transparent, so I'm messing something up. And I'm not sure what. So we used multiply before and now it's problematic. I think we have to use multiply here. Okay, we already need this. We need the base. And we also need the distance data. Okay, we grab the minimum. We'll multiply it twice. Let's multiply it twice. See how that looks. We'll multiply here. Also multiply here. This minimum is now useless. He said the blue skin was also asked for. It looked creepy, bro. Well, that did not fix them out, sadly. Okay, let's keep messing with it. So multiplying twice did not work. But using this one works. That is something I'm sure of. Wait, now it's not working. Did I tweak something wrong? Oh, it's probably the clip threshold. Yeah, because if I change fade, clip threshold changes. So I was probably right before then. We need to multiply this. We just need to make fade something not 0. Ah, there we go, I was right. But if we do that, it cuts holes into the mouths. There's no escaping this one. Let's leave it like this. This is why I needed to do it in a separate material. It's going to complicate things. Okay, so we're back to normal. Yeah, the mouth is fucked up. And the eyes too as well. Yeah, we'll have to use separate materials. But for now, let's just... And it's not working. And I think something also broke. Oh yeah, I didn't assign the materials, did I? Index was out of bounds. So it's an array problem. Probably messed up these. Pmat, yeah, look, I messed it up. I didn't use the right array. Okay, now it should work. What about here? Yeah, I still didn't use the right array here too. Did I do the same thing here? Yep. Probably here as well. Yep. Okay, now it should work. Okay, everything is still weird. My body similar stuff looks cool. I feel like the raven is not. So I feel like I should scale the player down while that's is like while all that is going down, and then move him down so he actually turns into the bed. The bed is not transitioning, which is something I've noticed. Did I connect it wrong? Where's the raven shader? Seems to be correct. I feel like it's something I'm doing wrong here. Okay. Still don't get why it's not transitioning the raven. Where's the raven material? Where is the raven? Oh, there he is. I'm just watching the material now to see if it changes. Oh, it does actually. But nothing happens. Yeah, it works perfectly. But it's actually going the wrong way. Let me try something. Yeah, it's doing nothing actually. Weird. So fade is going into uppercut threshold, correct. This is going into alpha, also correct. If I tweak fade here, does that change? It does change. Oh yeah, I forgot to connect the emission. Here we go. But I doubt that is it. Like the bed is supposed to still be turning invisible. Now let's see how that looks now. Oh, Bob is messed up as well. Don't worry, Bob, we'll fix you. Where is the Raven? Okay, now it's... Why is the Raven? Oh, the Raven is disabled. Okay, yeah, I don't think it's even turning invisible. It's just... Probably because of the data. Yeah, I have to use a separate material. There's no two ways about that. But the data looks cool though. It looks like a hologram like this. Yeah, like this. Yeah, like this. Looks like a hologram now. Even the edge width controls the... Okay, I am going to revert back. We have to create new materials. I forgot to disable the bird. That doesn't matter, I can just transform twice. Now the bird is an astro bird. This should still be correct though. Oh yeah, I have to do... Where is the bird? You know what? I can just actually call this right after this finishes. Yep. You did not go back. Wait, it's actually... Okay, when it completes now. Well, I feel like there's something else. Because it works and then it goes back to blue. Yeah, it's probably that the whole go back model thing, this function. But anyways, we need to take away this code from the original shaders and make them separate. But that looks sick. Like the slow like when he's um transforming slowly. I also have to fix these shaders. Oh, the blue bird is actually cool. This guy was right. But he can't stay blue. Maybe there'll be like a boost that you can do that you glow blue like this. It's like fly faster. Oh, that one looked cool. Yeah, that one looks sick. Uh, uh, uh. I keep mixing up the buttons. There we go. So you can't trick while transitioning. Like you have to start the trick first. Probably going to change that. Because that thing looks so cool. Okay. My bulb looks like there's something wrong with him. He looks contaminated. Oh shit. Did this thing make him stronger? Okay. Let's get rid of all the whole shader magic we did. We can actually go back and like replace all the changes we made, or we can use GitHub. So you basically just go to GitHub and then we download all the whole shaders before we made those changes and then just replace them. Probably here and here, so so yeah, we can just download. Where is it? Yeah, we need to download this folder. You know what? Let us download the whole graphs. Shouldn't take that much time. Bruh. Okay, it's done. We can close this now. Now we just have to open here and then we delete humanoid and close. Replace that with humanoid and close. And everything should work. Yeah, Bob is back to normal. I'm probably back to normal as well, but the Raven is still messed up because I haven't created that yet. But you know what? I can actually just leave the shader on the Raven because Yeah, I'm going to be using that a lot, so probably I should leave it on it, right? Because I don't see a point of making a different raving material when the raving transitions to and from the human. So the raving shader will have the dissolving effect. What? Boy. Okay. First, I want to even get rid of all those fancy stuff we did with the Raven shader. Right. And also, let's go back to our old method. Let's just comment this out. But we don't even need to, because we're already going to switch the materials, right? Right. Let me see if I can undo all the way there. Undo. Yes. Enter out the old code. Okay, I think it should be good now. I'm getting confused. Okay, I will just set this back to the shader cache. Then during the loop, we set the material shaders. Yeah, I think this shouldn't be here. Okay, let's see if we're back to our old method. Yeah, the update is coming when I'm done with all of this. So there is no specific time frame for that. Okay. So I'll be ending the stream soon. I'm just going to finish making it seamless off cam. Wait, do we still have the materials? Oh, it's still compiling. Okay, we have to tweak something else. Hey V. Hey Timmy. Oh, it's Timmy. Like the Timmy character I use on my videos. I'm trying to figure out why this thing isn't working. Okay, we set all of. Okay. Oh, I remember why. Because I got rid of the thing. Oh wait, it's still here. What? No way. Okay, so now I'm confused. Why is this not working? Let's take a look at the Raven. Fade is all the way on 1. Nothing changes. Oh my bad, because Raven is not using the new material. What is it called? Dissolve Raven. Yeah, this one. Okay, it kind of works. The edge width is just not doing anything now. Oh yeah, we're using the new way. Yeah, I should be working actually. Okay. I think this is what we're missing. Yeah, it should work now. Okay. Okay. Go back to the old way. That's my Raven block. Oh yeah, because I changed his material to dissolve. My bad. Okay, now it's back to the way. I just need to make next time you guys see this shape shifting, it's going to be so cool. I'm going to polish out these effects so it looks really, really good. Like I'll scale the player and then make the blending seamless. Alright, I'm going to be ending the stream now, so you guys should take care of yourselves. All right,